What up, YouTube? How is everybody? I hope good. I just woke up a while ago, so I don't have any makeup on. People always say, she looks so perfect all the time, and I don't know, they give me shit all the time, and I do not. This is what I look like when I wake up. No makeup, no nothing. Um, and the reason why I decided to do this video like that is because I'm pretty sure by the end of the video I'll be crying, so what the hell? My guides have been guiding me to do this channel and to make these videos because they think that they're important, obviously, but then they also think that, let me see if I can put this somewhere. They also think that I have a lot to offer and a lot to share with the world, obviously, because I've been through quite a bit in my life, and um, I just have lots of wisdom and knowledge from it, and I've learned some deep, uh, hard lessons throughout all of it, and it's time that I share and I speak out about it and let some people know that, the circumstances and stuff. So today my video is going to be on what occurred during the time that my husband Mark committed suicide. And I'm almost done writing my first book. It's only one book. I have about 3 more to write, because there's so much information and so much to put out there and what I've gone through that it's just important that I do it, in steps, so I don't overwhelm the readers I hope to have, and I get all the information out there that I need to get out there. So look forward to that. It should be completed soon, and I have found somebody that's going to publish it, so I'm really excited about that. And I hope that when it does come out, you will buy it and read it and go from there. Um, my husband Mark and we knew each other in high school. We weren't in the same crowd. We didn't run together. I remember the first time I ever seen him was when I moved back to Cheyenne to live with my mom again, and it was right. It was in my high school years, and no, excuse me. It was before then. It was in my middle school. No, it was my high school years. Yeah, and I just was in awe. I just fell in love with him. But we were just friends. But I remember, like, my friends and I would drive by his house like constantly, and I was always like giving him a hard time in class and whatever else. But we didn't run into each other till many years later. I had already been married twice. And divorced twice, and I was actually living with the guy when I ran into him, but we were on the outs too, and I was getting ready to move out, and just so I went to the bar to go see my friend that was bartending. Well, we ended up drinking and partying together, and ended up, doing our thing or whatever. Well, then he just really he was a player. He didn't want to commit. He wanted to do his own thing, whatever. Well, it gradually, like, years went by, and then he contacted me again. Well, by then I was dating somebody else, and a really great guy that I should have never even, I don't know, I should have just been with him because he treated me like gold. I mean, he was amazing. But I Mark, manipulated me and got me to break up with him and start to date him again. Well, things just moved really fast, and ended up getting married. But just so people know, we weren't officially ever married. We were not legally married. It was not a legal marriage. We did it because we were committing to each other, but we did it because we had started a business, and I thought that it would be a good way. I thought it would be better if we were known as a married couple and whatever else. We were never legally married. Um, and that was the reason why. And plus, I don't think either one of us were really ready to be legally, officially married. So that's kind of that too. Well, we started a business together. Mark, when I met him, he worked part-time shoveling sidewalks or whatever. He didn't really have a full-time job. He did try, I will say, to get a job, and he just wasn't having any luck. So I had lost my job because my my daughter's dad, Josh, had committed suicide right before Mark and I really started dating, and it was just really hard, obviously hard, and he really did commit suicide. really hard on us, and it was really hard on my daughter. She was having emotional problems and trouble at school, and the school kept calling me because she was having problems, and I ended up losing my job. So in that in that time, I was looking for a job, and I said, well, fuck this, I'm gonna create a job. And he's like, well, no, there's no way you can do that. And I'm like, yeah, I can do it. Whatever, anybody can do whatever they set their mind to, is how I feel. So I did. I created a cleaning business, and the first month was slow, but then after that, we just really, I did advertising. I just worked my ass off for this company, and so did Mark. Mark, he put in a lot of work into the cleaning part. I put a lot of work into the cleaning part and all of it and whatever else. I mean, we did it together. Um, and we got busy. We had clients all over the state of Wyoming. We were working our asses off, but we were able to do a lot. We were able to go on vacations. We were able to um, have a nice home and stuff like that. We really had a good life. Well, we had our both of our had us had our addictions when we met each other. Um, Mark, he drank a lot, and I was doing drugs, and I mean, that's just the way life is, and I'm not ashamed to admit any of my faults ever, and I'm never going to be, because I'm human, and everybody has addictions, everybody has vices, and so that's just the way life goes. I'm not going to really go into all that, but our marriage, our I call it our marriage, and I do feel like we were married, because we did it, under the eyes of God, and that's all that matters to me. It doesn't A piece of paper doesn't really matter to me, but we really did. We both were. It was a toxic relationship. I guess I loved him very, very much. I really bent over backwards to make him happy. I thought I was a good wife, and and I do believe I was a good wife. I believe I was a really good wife, and I believe that I created a life that was very fulfilling and very rewarding, and um, I I believe that. I don't know his thought. Obviously, his thought was the opposite because of what he did to me. Um, I'll just get to the point to what I'm going to say here, and I don't care if people think I'm crazy. I don't care what people think, honestly, anymore. I believe that my reputation and my and lies and hate and like illegal shit was going on to make me out to be this person that I wasn't, that I was far from. Um, I believe that our marriage was all a plan. I believe that Mark was ready to get out from underneath his parents' house. He was sick of living with his dad. I believe his dad was abusive. Well, I don't believe it. Mark told me that his dad was abusive. He used to be an alcoholic. I believe there was sexual abuse there. And Mark seen an out, so he's seen me. Mark thought I had money. He just assumed I had money, and that was far from it. I was a single mom. My the daughter of excuse me, the father of my daughter just committed suicide. I was working at the state at the no yeah at the state at the time that this happened, and I lost my job, and I was on unemployment. I was far, and then my car, I had bought a new car, and then we had a really bad hailstorm, so it destroyed my car. Well, the car was paid off because my dad paid for the car, and the insurance company paid me. They totaled out the car, so they paid me more than what we paid for the car. So I made some money. So with that money, I was able to pay some bills and kind of get caught up, and then also I was able to do stuff with my daughter. I was trying to do whatever it took to get her mind off of what happened with her dad. So we were going to Rockies games, and we'd go to Denver and stuff. I just did whatever I thought I needed to do. I don't need to explain all that. But Mark saw it as me having money. Well, he moved in with me, and, everything was all dandy, or, well, it wasn't dandy. I'm not sure what I actually thought. And I'm really empathetic. I'm an empath. I want to always help people. I'm a very giving person. I'm a very loving person. I'm always willing to help somebody that is struggling, and Mark was struggling. And I saw that, but I also could see deep down into his soul that there was a good person. And I do believe that there's good every one of us is a good person deep down inside. Every one of us can change. Every one of us can become a person that people would be like almost shocked to. And Mark did become that person. If you look at our pictures from when we first got together to up till the very end, Mark looked completely different. He actually smiled. He didn't have this darkness and dark aura about him. He had stopped being so physically, mentally, and controlling against me. He was physically abusive, he was mentally abusive, and he was a control freak. I mean, I could not leave the house without him. I could not go to the store without him. And if I did, he would check my mileage. He would accuse me of sleeping with other people or going to meeting drug dealers. And I mean, you name it, he would accuse me of it. And I wasn't doing any of it. I was going to the grocery store and then maybe going to Walmart to get something else but he never looked at it that way. It was always me doing something wrong. Once all this came out and once I realized what was going on, it was actually him doing it. He was the one that was cheating on me. He was the one that was doing everything you can imagine behind my back, stealing money. His friends would come over. They would steal my clothes, my rings, everything. And I just was blind to it all. I just was completely blind to it all. Well, to hurry up this video, Mark's mom got sick, and that really took a toll on Mark. And I could see his mom, such a beautiful woman, I just love her to death. And that's a really emotional topic for me because she was really good to me. And she helped me a lot when Mark and I would get in fights and stuff like that. And she just was a beautiful lady. And God rest her soul. She had a hard life too. But she really kept my spirits up and would talk to Mark and would, reassure me in a lot of our problems in our areas that things would get better. And it really did, I thought. But she got really sick, and during this time she went into hospice, and she passed away in August. And Mark really, at that time, was not dealing with it very well. He became violent and abusive to me again. He was drinking, like, behind my back. He started not going to work again, and he really changed. Well, I kept thinking it was because of, he was upset about his mom, and I just kept giving him, I just kept making excuses for him. And his dad kept telling me that I needed to leave him because it wasn't right what he was doing to me. And I remember telling him the last day that I seen him, his dad told me, you need to leave him because he had attacked me at one of our clients' house. And that's the last time I ever seen him. Besides after, no, that's the last time I ever spoke to him. And I told his dad, I said, I'm not going to leave him. He's going through a rough time. And because I love him, I'm not going to walk away from this. I will support him, and he'll get better, and I'll do whatever it takes to help him get better. And he's just going through a really rough time. Well, that's the last conversation I had about that. That's the last time. That morning was the last time I had ever seen him. That I had seen him until later, which is, I didn't realize it was him at the time, but it was. My life that day was ripped apart. People have no idea what was done to me, what this family, my family, people I thought that were my friends did to me. That day is the day that my husband faked his death. They got to claim life insurance. They took away my home that I invested all my money into and walked away with nothing. I walked away homeless with a daughter that had now lost 2 dads, supposedly to suicide. I had no support. I was shunned at his funeral. Nobody acknowledged me at his funeral. They had pictures of him and his ex as the slideshow. They literally planned this whole thing out against me. They literally pointed their finger at me and made people believe that I was this horrible person and that I had done this to my husbands. And that is not true. I did nothing but love him and Josh, and I still love Josh. And Josh had many issues that people didn't know, but I did because I was his best friend. I was there to take care of him up till the day that he did it. And I did the best I could to save his life, but I was unable to. But for people to have turned around and did this to me again, and then made people believe that I was a horrible person, that I was violent, and everything else is not true. I did not drink during because when I would drink, I would, if you pissed me off, I definitely would not hold back. I would definitely let you have it. But I didn't drink while Mark and I were married. It was all a setup, and they keep doing it. They set me up in Wisconsin again, and I went to a bar to watch the Packers game. I had 3 shots of apple pucker during a whole football game. By the time I drove home, I was so out of it that I was driving on the interstate going the wrong way, or not the wrong way, but going to a different town as I had picked up my daughter to go eat at Taco Bell, thinking I had 3 shots of apple pucker, and I was so out of it, I had no idea where I was at. Somebody said they pulled up behind me, that I had my daughter out of the car beating her, and that is not the truth. I mean, it was like they set me up all over again. They wanted, and they succeeded. They destroyed my whole fucking life. They took my business. They took my home. They left me broke. They took every dime that we had made. They were doing it throughout the whole time Mark and I were married. They were stealing it, and they were hiding it. And I could just go on and on and on. The reason why I make these videos isn't because I want people to feel sorry for me. It's not because I'm out to seek revenge or justice. I want people to know the truth. I want people to stop lying. I want people to admit that they know that this is true. But nobody will do it because they're afraid. They're afraid of what will happen to them. They're afraid that something might, because of the Mexican mafia and a cult that's all wrapped up around this, and I'm like stuck in the middle of this because of who my families are and all this crap, and I'm like, that's not who I am. I'm not involved in either one of those. I would never be. And I don't have my family doesn't talk to me anymore. I hardly have any friends, which is fine. I'm not afraid to be alone. I'm a good damn person, and I don't deserve what I'm put through, and I continue to be put through this. And I'm tired of not speaking out. I want to be able to help people that are in the same position that I am in, that justice is not being served where it needs to be served, because people have covered up so much shit. People have told so many lies. People have done so much to me that people are afraid. They're afraid of the consequences. They're afraid of their actions. They're afraid of the truth. And it's not fair. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to my daughter. And the life that we've had to live because of all this, because of selfish greed, because of what one man that I loved so much did to me out of selfish needs, out of selfish desires, out of just selfishness and absolute patheticness and hate, just greed and manipulation and being a narcissist. I'm not going to be quiet. I don't care what people do to me. You want to hurt me? You want to have me thrown in jail? You want to shut me up? Well, you're going to have to goddamn kill me to shut me up. Because I'm never going to shut up. I'm never going to allow people to treat me like I don't matter and that I'm just some piece of shit that did these things to their husbands to get life insurance. I never received one fucking dime of money. Not one. I lost money. And Josh and I were divorced 6 years when he committed suicide. 6 years. He was dating somebody else that was cheating on him and talking to him like he was a piece of crap, beating him up every time they got drunk. It wasn't me. I was taking care of him. I was the person that went to his IOP meetings and stuff like that during family nights on Friday nights. Nobody else. It was me because I love him. I lost my best friend. My daughter lost her dad, and I'm the one that was left to pick up the pieces. No one else. Everybody wants to judge and talk shit about me and, and spread rumors because I'm an easy target. Well, I'm not a fucking easy target because you're never going to get me to break. You're never going to win because I'm never going to stop fighting. And I'm not going to stop fighting for people that this happens to. I'm a very intelligent, I'm a hardworking person. And I do what I have to do to make a living, to support my child, to put a roof over our head, to put food on the table just like everybody else. And I don't deserve what I get, and I don't deserve for people to be ashamed to be my friend, or people to be ashamed to date me, or people that are to talk to me or to stick up for me, because I never did anything wrong. I have allowed people to do this to me my whole entire life. I've allowed narcissists to rule me because I'm an empath and I'm so sensitive and I'm so giving and I'm so generous that they've used and abused me. And I've allowed authority to cover up the truth about what happened. And I knew it from day one. And I've allowed my family and their family and Josh's family to gossip and spread lies and hate and everything else about stuff that I did, that everybody else has done in their life, or every mistake I've ever made out to be me being this horrible person, or me making the front page of a newspaper with complete lies that wasn't even true, any of it, being posted on their Facebook every day for months on months on months, but didn't post anything about their son driving drunk on Halloween, taking out like 15 cars in the meanwhile driving home while kids were walking home from school. I mean, come on. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does bad things, but it all has been turned on me. This whole situation has been turned on me to cover up everybody's fucking lies, everything they've done to me. So then Mark can live in Cheyenne. So Mark could go see, show up at the bars that I'm having drinks with my friends at and, sit there and stare at me. And my friends and I know it's him because it looked just like him. Or for him to show up at restaurants to think it's funny and laugh in my face. And people not do a goddamn thing to help me besides keep spreading rumors and lies and hate about me. And it just goes on and on and on. And you'll read in my book, it goes from day to day to day to what I endured to be married to this man, to what I gave up in my own life to love somebody else, what my daughter went through to be part of this family, and what we were left with in the end was fucking nothing, and nobody cared. So I'm not gonna put up with anybody putting me down or judging me or spreading lies or hate about me. Or if you're ashamed to be my friend, or you're ashamed to want to be with me, then don't waste my time, because I'm not ashamed to be who I am. I've learned my lessons I need to learn. I'm still learning them. I'm not perfect. I mean, I make mistakes all the time, and you know what? But I'm not afraid to live up to them. I'm not afraid to own them. I'm not worried about what Joe Blow thinks next door. I don't care anymore because I know the truth about people. I had to live the truth. I mean, I had people that were my friends that have never even talked to me since all this has happened, that don't even ask me how the fuck I'm doing or how my daughter's doing, that I thought were my best friends in life. We have each other, my daughter and I. That's what we have. And why? Because people want to be mean and hateful and judge me in a way that they have no right to judge me. Only God above can judge me. And people ask, why was she given, these gifts, and why is she so connected to the divine? You know why? Because I do everything with unconditional love, and I love everybody with unconditional love, and I forgive, and I don't judge other people for their mistakes, and I would never spread hate and lies about somebody, and I would never sit around a fucking bar and sit and talk about somebody, or tell my friends somebody's secrets or what they're going through, or not want to date them because you're afraid of judgment. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I've always been that type of person. I've always been friends with every walks of life. I've never, ever, ever judged anybody for not having as much as I did, or vice versa. But you know what? Goddamn, everybody judged me, didn't they? Well, you're all wrong. And you know what? The truth is coming out, and I know it, because I will not give up until it does. And I don't care about money, and I don't care if people go to prison. I just want people to face the fucking truth. And you know what? For somebody to actually tell me that they're sorry for what they did, for Mark to look me in the eyes and tell me, yeah, I did do that to you, and I'm sorry for what I did, for my own fucking family to admit it instead of fucking shunning me and making me feel like the outcast because they don't want to admit their doings, because they were involved too. It's the most craziest thing that anybody should ever have to go through. It's the most loneliest thing anybody has to go through. But you know what? God damn it, you've never fucking broke me. You never will, and I'm never gonna give up. And I will show you all that I'm not some piece of shit that marries people and kills them. And for what? I never received a damn thing. It always hindered my life, nobody else's. I was always the one that was left with nothing. Nothing. I had no money, nowhere to go with the truck full of my belongings, and I just drove until I found somewhere to live. Well, that was a mistake. I should have moved out of the goddamn country. But I had no idea at that time what was going on. I was so brokenhearted over losing Josh, and then losing Mark, and losing my friends, and not having anybody, and having to move out of my house, and losing my business. And I mean, it was just all ripped away from me. Maybe I did deserve it. Maybe I had the karma of life, that maybe I wasn't the greatest person. But you know what? I learned from my mistakes. I learned from the person I was, and I am the person I am now because of all of it, and I fucking own it. And I fucking embrace life every day. But I embrace it alone because people are too afraid to be my friend, or people think I'm crazy, or it's whatever people think. I don't even care anymore. But I'm not going to stop making these videos. I'm going to prove, and I'm going to show you all what hardship and what this has done to me and what it's done to my daughter. And I'm going to show you just how fucking badass I am. And I'm going to kick this ass's world every fucking day, because I'm never going to give anyone the benefit of the doubt to ever break me, to ever make me feel like I'm not a good person and that I'm not doing good things in this world, because you know what? I am. And I'm freaking on top of the fucking world. And I'm on there with my love and with my compassion and with what I give to other people. And no one's ever going to take that away. No one. No matter if I have to make videos from fucking jail or prison or whatever. I don't care. I'm never going to stop. And if people want to harm me, and that they want to talk about me, if they want to take things from me, go ahead. Because you know what? Even if I hit rock bottom again, I'm always going to be on top again, because I'm never going to stop fighting, because I don't ever deserve what I've been put through, and I don't deserve it now. And you know what? My daughter doesn't deserve it. You not only hurt me, but you've hurt my daughter. You have destroyed her fucking life so far as a kid. She hasn't been able to be a kid. And it's not fair. It's not fair that she goes to school and she's picked on because of all of it. Because of the judgment that their parents have against me. Everybody judges me. Everyone does. And it's not fair. And I'm not going to lay down and take it anymore. I'm not going to ignore it. You know what? Like I've always said, if you have something to say about me, come say it to my fucking face. You want to be a man, a big man or a big woman, and spread rumors and lies and gossip about me, or you think you know who I am? Come ask me. Come be a real person. Have some fucking balls and come ask me. I bet you don't, because not one person ever has so far. I don't need to sit and worry about what you think about me. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to make this a better world. I'm trying to have people have love towards each other and compassion and not be so fucking greedy and not so judgmental and harsh on people. I want God to be in people's lives instead of the devil, because the devil is what's doing this all. But people are so greedy and so worried about what other people think they can't see it. Well, I see it all, because you know why? Because the universe, God himself, shows me. You know how I know all this? Because God himself came to me and showed me what people have done to me, what my family has done to me. You know why? Because the truth had to come out. And he showed me because he knew I would never keep my mouth shut about it. He knew I would never back down. And he knew I was strong enough to handle it. And I am. So that's about all I have to say, I guess. I knew not to put on makeup because I knew I'd get emotional. I'm a very emotional person, but I'm not a weak person. Don't mistake those two things. God taught me how to be emotional because emotional people are more caring and more giving and more understanding and patient towards others. And that's why I'm emotional. And you know what? I deserve to be emotional. But what I don't deserve is to be judged and hated on anymore. So stop doing it, because you don't know one fucking thing that I've gone through or my daughter's gone through, because you don't want to see the truth, or you do see the truth and you just don't want to admit it. But you know what? Stop bothering me. Stop making my life difficult because you want to be ignorant. Please, that's all I ask. I don't ask anything from anybody, but just please stop. And please stop telling your kids lies about me and my daughter, so then she can have a childhood. She has, what, 3 years left of school, and she has not enjoyed one of those years since her dad died and since Mark did what he did to us. She lives in pain. She suffers from depression, anxiety, and it's not fair. We never did anything wrong except love two wonderful people, and we ended up losing everything. And we've never asked anything from anyone. Never have I ever asked anything from one fucking person besides for them to have compassion and friendship towards me and my daughter. And I've yet to see it. And that's very unfortunate, because I show love and compassion towards every one of you. I don't want pity. I don't want to be the victim. I want this to be in my past, and I don't want to feel the pain I feel anymore. I don't want to be afraid to trust people, but I am, because no one's ever proven me wrong. And I want people to stop judging me and just let me live in peace. You don't have to like me. You don't even have to fucking talk to me, but just let me have peace in my life. Because you know I'm right. And all of you know I don't deserve what has been done to me. But nobody will speak out about it. And that's fine, because I can do it myself. It's time for the truth to come out. And once my book comes out, you will know and there's always two sides to every story, I will say that. But you will finally know my truth. But for a lot of you, I already forgave you for what you've done to me, but I won't ever have a need to have you in my life ever again. I forgive Mark for what he's done to me, but I would be able to actually move on and forgive him completely if he could just come and admit what he did to me. I don't
think that jail and all that stuff is the answer. I just think that truth and compassion and love is the answer. But I don't think I'll ever receive that in my lifetime, but I'm not going to ever stop trying to receive it because that's what I need to feel like a whole person, and for people to stop telling me that I'm crazy and, and portraying me that way because I'm not. I'm like one of the most sane people I know. I should be crazy, I'll tell you that, for everything I've gone through in my life, but God chose me to go through it because He knew I was strong enough to endure it, and He knew that I would change the world with it. So I hope everybody has a great day. Sorry that it was so emotional. I knew it would be, but I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to help people that find themselves in a situation like mine, people that are victims of crimes that are not given justice, and I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to grow from here, and I'm going to be an activist that is going to fight for people's rights and for their for laws to be changed and for um, corruption to be stopped in states like Wyoming, and cover-ups and people just sweeping stuff under the rug, not thinking about another human being, and for people to find God and love and compassion in their lives again. And I won't ever stop until the day I die. And that could be tomorrow, or that could be when I'm 100 years old. Let's pray it's when I'm 100 instead of tomorrow, but nothing. I'm ready for whenever it happens. Thanks for watching my video. Much love, peace, happiness, positive vibes, truth, compassion, and love again. Have a great day.